And look, with all those accomplishments, last night cemented him as a first ballot Hall of Famer, as a future first ballot Hall of Famer. You can't tell me with all of those accomplishments that happened just this year that when Jalen Brunson retires, that he's not going to be walking right into the Hall of Fame. I hope I'm there. Hope I get the invite.
Wait. The ESPYs you think is what
that ESPY's honor is what cemented it, Perk?
First ballot Hall of Famer.
No, every single thing, best athlete, all that stuff. I mean, he's joining elite company. He's joining LeBron. He's joining Jordan. Like, you don't just get best athlete. You know what I'm saying? On top of every single thing, like he swept everything. You talk about the NBA Cup champ, NBA Cup MVP, conference MVP, finals MVP. I mean, damn, what else? Did he leave room on the table for anybody else? No. And I have seen people, hold on real quick, Shay, let me have my moment. I've seen people get into the Hall of Fame with less.
Okay, you had a moment. Go ahead,
Shay, in European soccer, the teams go for what's known as the treble. They want to win their League Cup, they want to win their national championship, their club championship, and they want to win the Continental Championship, which most times is the Champions League. Jalen Brunson has won the basketball version of the treble this year.
Congrats, Jalen Brunson.
That's it.
Okay, that's right. How about the runner-up to the Knicks? Okay, let's pivot away. Let's go to the Spurs, because earlier this week, on the actual, I guess, in real basketball news, not just from what happened last night, Victor Wembanyama decided not to take the Supermax and essentially gave the Spurs a little bit more money to work with. It could be up to $50 million over the next couple of years. Do you think, Wendy, this is going to set a trend now among superstars?
It's a trend already, because that's what Jalen Brunson did. And, we showed all of those honors. Jalen Brunson would not have been able to win that if he didn't have a team built around him. And what Jalen, now the money that Jalen left was astronomical. It's more than double, potentially. I mean, some of this is a bit of an estimation, but Jalen Brunson's move was even more grandiose. But this is why he left it. He left it to win all of these honors with a great team around him in New York City. This is the other side of him leaving that money, and believes that he's going. I mean, I was just reading earlier that he's getting the biggest. If you want to go to Fanatics Fest today in New York City, the Jalen Brunson price is higher than anybody to get the photo with him. He's got to get the money back somewhere. And so this is what Victor is seeing. Victor is seeing that to put the best team around him, that in the apron era, we've got Jim Dolan openly saying, not only saying, but doing, the Knicks are avoiding the second apron. If you know your owner is not going to pay the second apron, you've got to make decisions. And that's what Victor Wembanyama has done. Now, let me just tell you, Shay, the NBA Players Union is not happy about this. There's a new incoming executive director, David Kelly, had a press conference in Las Vegas last week, and he flagged this as saying this is not good, that this is not a good development, something they got to do. The idea that a superstar player, because now you create the expectation, now the next superstar player, like is Cooper Flagg going to be expected to do it? And I'm not even thinking about who else, but the next star player to sign is going to be expected, because you could argue that the max contract is already unfair to superstar players. Like when LeBron was in his prime, he was making in the mid-30s. He was probably worth $100 million to his teams, if not more. And so there's already that ceiling. And what Adam Silver said about it when he had his press conference this week is, hey, this system is working. The owners obviously love the idea of a star player taking less money. So this is definitely something to keep an eye on.
Interesting. I don't know how it would be viewed.
Well, I bet they do.
But Perk, I have a different question for you, because Wemby, like I mentioned, he fell short of the Knicks, right? They struggled during the finals, essentially a gentleman's sweep. What does Wemby need to work on most this offseason now that his contract situation is secure?
His post game. And he has, look, the first thing is that Wemby has to embrace being a big man first with guard skills. I repeat, he has to embrace at 7'5", being a big man first with guard skills. And then he has to get back in the lab with Akeem Olajuwon and develop a post game. Because at times we saw throughout the course of the NBA Finals, he settled too much, playing away from the basket. And I understand he doesn't have, the weight to be able to bang down low. Well, you don't have to have weight to be able to have footwork in a post game. If Victor could go and master just being able to score out of the mid post, the low block, the nail area, and be able to have signature post moves and signature go-to moves, then that's going to elevate him, which is going to elevate the Spurs, especially in the fourth quarter when it matters the most.
Preach.
Yeah, but a scary thought. Victor Wembanyama getting even more alien-like and getting even better. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Coming up next here on First Take, Valerian Balogun's red card.
Him think this through, and we'll be here waiting.
And you're telling me
will
right
too,
now
Mad
he's
Dog.
thinking it through, or are you telling me right now that LeBron loves the attention? Which one is
I
it?
think he's thinking it through. Look, if Rich Paul, when did you say? I didn't hear he said that. All the offers were in. Was it yesterday? So maybe all the offers.
All
He's
the
got to
offers
wait.
in.
He's got to
Take it
move his
easy.
family, move his wife. There's a lot to consider. And also, Doggy, you just got back from a 2-week vacation. You don't think LeBron maybe wants to take a little vacation with his family and turn his mind off for a minute?
He went to Scotland to play golf with his old teammates, the Cavs.
For a weekend, can
Oh,
he
it's
have
only a
a
weekend?
minute?
It's
Can he
only a
have a
weekend?
minute to weigh his options here and see where he's going to move his entire
You
family?
guys with the love. I love him too, but
didn't know
enough
you-
already.
You've
I
been
didn't know
very
you went on
grumpy.
vacation for 2 weeks, doggy.
He did.
You've been
All right,
on
let's move-
vacation
I
for
think
2
grumpy,
weeks.
I've been-
I mean, a little pessimistic. If he does go to the 76ers, do you think that's LeBron's best chance at winning another title?
You're asking and telling. Yes, I think it is. I think he's not going to win in Cleveland. I think you hit it right in the head. I think Perk did the same thing. I think heart-wise, I think he'd like to go to Cleveland and finish up where it began. So I do think there's a lot to that. They're not winning in Miami. I said a long time ago that Giannis is going to rue the day that he wanted a trade to go to Miami because they're not winning. And he knows that. He's not going to go back to Miami. I think it's Golden State, Cleveland, or Philly. That's me. I don't know if he's going to go to Philly.
Really, just doesn't seem to make
And the Philadelphia fan is a tough fan. And, he has a bad game in Philly. They're not going to give him a break. That's a tough fan base. And, they're going to give him a hard time. And does he want to be... Golden State's going to bow down to him.
Does he want to stay in the West? Does he want to stay in the
That's
West?
true, too. Does he want to be in Philadelphia? I think it's Cleveland. I think it'd be Cleveland, Golden State, or Philly. I'll say Cleveland, Perk. Just for the heck of it. I'll say Cleveland.
Perk, what do you think?
Look, the best chance is actually Minnesota. I just don't think they're high on this list. But when you look at the pieces that Minnesota already have, you're looking at Anthony Edwards, now LaMelo Ball, obviously Jaden McDaniels, and you still have big Rudy Gobert down there in the middle. You add LeBron James to fill that void of Julius Randle, but with the bench play they already have, that absolutely gives him the best shot. I don't think they're like top 3 on this list, but that gives him his best shot. But listen, if he decides to go anywhere right now today, I would say Cleveland is where LeBron James needs to be. Like